Some of the best minds in the world bringing you some of the best knowledge on TRS Clips. Have you been in hand-to-hand combat situations?
I have not been to hand, but I've caught a terrorist who just bit a cyanide in my hand when I was holding him. And for the first time in my life, the LTD guys, they have a cyanide capsule hanging in the neck. So he was being binged down from the helicopter, and I was with my AK-47. And the moment he bit the cyanide, I realized he's also LTD. He did not, that time he must have escaped.
How long does it take to kick in?
About 45 seconds, and he just fell down, a 6-foot guy, handsome guy, and muscular chap, and he just like a fish out of water. He reached for about 45 seconds. Some kind of froth came out. One of my sailors who was a medic, he actually tried to jump and give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Why?
I said, what the hell is this?
Why?
He will also die. So, see what happens. People in the armed forces are not criminal-minded people. We are normal human beings. We respect each other. We fire at somebody because you know that if you don't fire at somebody, he's going to kill you. So, but when you see a person lying like this, he's unarmed and this like that, the tendency for you is to help him. So, I guess that is the reason which drove this sailor to try to help him. But of course, better sense prevailed and we were there and we pulled him out. That was my first encounter with death. I've never seen before that.
How old were you?
I was just about 28, 29, just out of my Marine Commando course. Perhaps if I had not done my Marine Commando course, I would have been shattered actually. But after you do a Marine Commando course, they simulate situations where they take you to a near-death situation, in the training itself. So you get more hardened.
Are you comfortable sharing what the near-death situation
In
is?
the sense that there is something called as the Hell Week, which they do. They make you float and with your hands and legs tied. One part of the training, not the Hell Week. Hell Week is, if you can Google it, you can find out what is Hell Week. It's actually 96 hours of non-stop, no sleep, physical regime.
96
hours. You don't sleep for not a wink also. They give you only 1-2 hours in the morning to go shave and do your morning routines and wear a new dangreen come. And again, continue with the training, lifting up logs and swimming, long distance swimming, firing, doing obstacle course. This continues for 96 hours without a breather. You only get food thrice in a day. You get plenty of water.
Do you not hallucinate?
See, it doesn't happen in the initial part of the course. It happens somewhere in the mid or the end part of the course. So by which time the people got used to it. Human body is very malleable. We can actually, and everything is mental. You need to have a basic, level of physical fitness. Thereafter, it's all mental. So there are people who hallucinate. There are people and they give up also. But I've not seen very many people giving up in the Marine Commando at least.
Why didn't you give up?
I didn't give up because I didn't have the feeling of giving up.
You were just in a flow.
And in our Hell Week was not that organized. So I guess the Hell Week which happens now is much more stringent. We were having, I would say, the casual version of the Hell Week. We had a different Hell Week, 18 hours of diving underwater. That is dangerous actually. It's actually dangerous for the body. But it saps you. 1 hour of diving is equal to 8 hours of physical labor on surface.
Yeah.
So it saps you. But then in the body, with so much of training you do, you get used to this thing. And let me also tell you, the people who volunteer for this course have decided that we will do this. They have visualized what they want to become. And it's also a glamour factor for youngsters. No? There's a lot of glamour factor attached to it. You will do skydiving, you will do paratrooping, you will do karate, you will fire with weapons and all. We used to roll and fire, roll back and fire pistol and all. Then we have something called room intervention drill. I'm just giving a random part of training. So room intervention is basically you're simulating a situation where how do you do hostage rescue. So there are mud walls, they made mud 7-8 rooms, they made a very complicated structure with the first floor and all. And they put cutouts of 2 heads, one is red, one is green. Now they give you 12 seconds, you have to go inside with 6 commandos and the 6 buddies, means total 12. And you have to sanitize each and everything in a matter of 12 to 14 seconds. So you have to get inside, kick the door open, see the target, and you have to hit. And both the shots, because the calculation is that in 4 seconds, you have to hit 2 shots. Because when people get startled, they remain startled for 4 seconds. After that, they get the sense and then they can react. So within that period of 4 seconds, you have to fire 2 shots. And we have trained to such a level that both the shot has to be headshot. That means the green and red cutout, there should not be any holes in the green. You'll fail. And here the pass percentage is 95% shooting. And you have cross shootings and all, people shooting from there, you're shooting from there. It's a situation where if If you do a mistake, probably some guy can actually have collateral damage,
Even in training.
even in training. And then you have night exercises. Actually, when you do slithering, grappling, when you do paralympic, they are all high risk activities. You're diving underwater. At night, you're diving underwater. And so the animals you talked about, so many of them are dangerous.
It becomes more dangerous.
It becomes
at
more
night.
dangerous. But the funny part is, the best part is, when you're doing training, you don't feel like this. You never feel an element of risk or apprehension. You feel why? Because you have faith on the way the training is being conducted, number one. Number two, we have tremendous amount of faith on the instructors because they are very well trained. Number three, you have actually a lot of confidence, self-confidence on yourself. And number four, on your body. These four combinations are very deadly and potent combination. It holds you in very good stead.
You mentioned that if you hadn't gone through Hell Week, you wouldn't have been able to deal with death.
In the sense that not only the Hell Week, the entire course, it actually, you see, they're all building blocks. They're all building blocks. So once those things happen, then you know that amongst the armed forces people, you are a niche and elite force. Your cutting edge has to be maintained. You'll be the first to go in and may not be the first to come out. So you have that kind of aura in you. So then you psych yourself mentally that, look, I am the best, and the government of India expects a lot of things from me as they may not be expecting from other people. So the aspect of being fearful, being scared is actually redundant. It doesn't come only. In any case, if you're fearful, it is a good emotion, because if you're fearful, then you start planning and thinking in a more, analyzing the thing much better, and that helps in safety and security of you and your people.
Thank you for watching this clip. If you want to learn more about this topic, we've curated a playlist just for you, and here's a link to the whole episode.